So, welcome to another lockdown book flip through. This one being filmed on Christmas morning, and we got a white Christmas! Yay! We actually got snow for Christmas here in the Black Forest, which is really nice to see. And today I'm going to be looking at one of the albums from German illustrator Hermann Vogel. He is an illustrator that not a lot of people know about outside of Germany or outside of people who are, again, really into vintage children's book illustration. This is one of four albums. This is the third of four albums that was published that collected his work. And I picked up this one, again, from a used bookseller. They're not really common to see, and one of my 2020 art goals is to get the other three albums somehow. They retail for about 40 to 100 euros from what I've seen online. So again, 2020 goals is to get volumes 1, 2, and 4. So Hermann Vogel is a German illustrator who was born in Saxony originally. He was born in, I did write it down here, 1854, and he died in 1921. So he was fairly prolific. He studied in Dresden. He published for Jugend magazine. He did a lot of fairy tale books. He did the Brothers Grimm. He did the German sagas, so the Norse mythology sagas. He did Deutsche Helden Saga. I have some other books from him, some modern publications of fairy tales that have his work. But again, he's one of those illustrators who has not received a lot of modern attention in terms of getting contemporary volumes. Again, nothing from him on Taschen or from Dover. He's kind of fallen a little bit by the wayside. Very unfortunate, as I think he is really an amazing illustrator. He is very much of his time, but one of the things with his faces that he does, for instance, but he's really, really great. You can see looking at his work how much detail there is, how much texture there is, really wonderful renderings. His animals are really fantastic. His cloth is very good. He uses a lot of etching, sometimes a little bit of pointillism, very much emblematic of the style of the late 19th century and the early 20th century. I really like his work. I find it really inspiring. He's really great at rendering. You can just see how good he is and how awesome he is at using positive and negative space. He has a lot of these little intrusions here representing stone where you have titles. His foliage is amazing. I really like his work. And again, he's one of these artists I wouldn't have discovered if I had not come to Germany. Excellent figure work. His animals can be very naturalistic, or they can be a little bit more comical, like these frogs here. Here's a really, really nice Christmas one, so perfect for today. Oh, sorry, my book's just catching on something there. It's quite a wide book. I mean, these aren't small. I was a little surprised actually when I bought it. The interior is really this lovely paper, and then it's the paper quality is almost a little bit like newsprint. So it's not like a modern book would be, where you would have the really, really white paper. It's a little bit yellow, but that could also be age. Yeah, just beautiful textures, beautiful volume. I really enjoy his work, and I find it very inspiring. You can see he's just really, really good with comic figures. He has a really great way of drawing little sprites and stuff. And of course, sometimes in these old books, you get random little bits of newspaper. Really wonderful camel. I really am, looking forward to seeing more of his work in collections like this. And like I said, I wish there was a modern collection of his work. Look at this scenery. Look at this amazing landscape with this sort of half bridge going up, and these rocks and these mermaids and little water babies, and one of them's riding a turtle, and there's a little deer poking out here. Like, everything is just so beautifully drawn, and I feel like his work definitely does have that old sort of nostalgic feel, but I feel like a lot of modern illustrators could be appreciating his work and finding interest in it. It's really wonderful, and he's just, his rendering is so good. I would love to learn more about him. It's not easy to find out about him either. For instance, this album has like notes you can see here in the beginning. There's not even like a date. It's just, I happen to know the date of this album because I looked it up. His work was published in 4 albums, like as a collection, one in 1896, one in 1899, and then later in 1903 and 1908, we got volumes 3 and 4. So like it took a little while. Look at these storks. These are so good. And the little crocodile here with his toothache and the little elephant. I mean, his work is just really, really detailed, and yet so many little things in it that just make you laugh. And you can see the little gargoyles here. And when you walk around a German city, it's often like that. You often find little sculptures hidden in places on old buildings. Yeah, just a really excellent artist. And again, I really feel like we need a modern volume. Like Taschen or one of the other German publishers needs to put something out. That's like really a definitive collection of his work, and including the work he did in color. But as it is, I have 1 volume and I am sincerely hoping to get the other 3. I hope I can hunt them down this this next year here for 2021. I think I said 2020 earlier as a goal, but it's one of my 2021 art goals is to find the other 3 volumes. And yeah, again, one of these artists I would really have not come to appreciate or learn about had I not moved to Germany. So I'm getting towards the end here. Yeah, again, very detailed. You have your German militia, Landesknechts. Lots of different material. Even his horses are quite nice. Like, he really does, again. And his deer are so lovely. Yeah, just very typical of a German illustrator. And very good at handling these large scenes. And it's interesting because in a picture like this, you see almost like multiple techniques. You have somebody done more with hatching, and then these figures done more with white and outlines. Really a very interesting artist, and really an artist that you can enjoy his work a lot, to look through and again see all this detailed work. And I really want to get better at doing large compositions, so he's definitely somebody that I'm interested in studying. Just amazing foliage. He's so good, and I cannot believe that more people do not know about this man and that I had never heard of him until I came to Germany. So if we end here, 80th birthday, 80. Geburtstag. Beautiful, beautiful illustration, full of little characters, with this wonderful knight on a horse. I'll just pull it up here so you guys can see it a little more. And, oops, hit the camera. An absolutely gorgeous illustration. And again, you can look for him. You can see lots of his work on Pinterest. But yeah, definitely somebody worth looking into. A really, really excellent artist, and somebody who deserves, whoops, now things are falling because this is a big book, somebody who deserves a lot more attention.